Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your daily dose of zombies news from the game and community here on COD Zombies HQ. Thank you so much for tuning in today as new items are being found here in Cold War Zombies, a new field upgrade specialist was leaked by Treyarch themselves, and some kind of concerning Season 1 DLC Zombies news. So without further ado, let's get started with our first story. Since the launch of Cold War, we've only had access to 5 different zombie specialist abilities: Frost Blast, Energy Mine, Ether Shroud, Healing Aura, and Ring of Fire. Now, while these abilities are kind of varied, there's really only 2 of them that are the most viable that pretty much everybody that plays zombies runs, either Ether Shroud or Ring of Fire. This has led to many in the community asking Treyarch for a new zombies specialist field upgrade that will help diversify the kinds of specialists people end up using. Well, today it was discovered by Nanikos over on Twitter that they apparently already have that in the pipeline, and Treyarch have actually leaked what this new specialist will be themselves. Where during a certain time during the launch period for Cold War, when you started up zombies for the first time, you were met with a bit of these tutorial screens. One of the tutorial screens that popped up on your screen before you could play details the field upgrades, and it includes a few pictures showing you some more information about exactly what they are and how to use them. But Nanikos noticed that in the picture for the Tacticals ability section, there's something different that doesn't actually appear in the game, and that in this picture there aren't 5 field upgrades, but there's 6, with the one at the top being one that we haven't seen before and that isn't in-game. Its name is called Frenzy Guard, and while we don't exactly know what it does at this time, we can assume that it's going to be a defensive style field upgrade rather than more offensive style field upgrades like the Energy Mine and Ring of Fire. There's some theories that Frenzy Guard might actually give you some limited time extra armor, as well as repairing the armor of yourself and your teammates when you decide to use it, and along with some extra damage mitigation effects while it's active, as suggested by this Reddit user. I think it could make this field upgrade pretty viable, so it'll be interesting to see when Treyarch actually decides to re-add this into the game, because it obviously was in the game at some point. Maybe it'll come with other new zombies content arriving in Season 1, but we'll have to wait a little bit longer to see. Because moving on to our second story of the day, the release date for the drop of Season 1 here in Cold War has been delayed to December 16th, and while Activision and Treyarch didn't really give a specific reason for the delay. Usually when these things happen, there'll be extended sentences of, oh, we just needed a little bit more time to get everything perfect for you guys. There wasn't really much of that here, leading to speculation that it is probably true that they delayed the release of Season 1 so as to not share the spotlight with one of the biggest game releases of the past few years, Cyberpunk 2077, of which I'm personally really looking forward to. So in order to maximize people's attention and pull them towards Call of Duty's new content, it seems likely they just delayed it a week to let the hype for Cyberpunk die down a bit before they release all of their new stuff. And in terms of what that new stuff is, Treyarch did give us more details about what we can expect with Season 1, where they really make sure to highlight that it'll include new multiplayer maps, new 6v6 modes and playlists, 2v2 gunfight with 4 new maps, and a new huge fire team map. So that's really exciting for those that enjoy multiplayer. And over on the zombies side, new zombies modes. That's it. It really sucks being the third game mode, boys. And I'm really hoping that they decide to share more information about what kind of specifically we can expect now that they've given more details about what's coming to multiplayer. Just continuing on to say new zombies modes in this post is really disappointing. So hopefully we'll be able to bring you more details about not only new zombies modes, but as they advertise on their website prior to launch, more content as well, which could be this new field upgrade, could be new perks, and I'm really hoping for a new small survival map to be added to the game. But in a year where game releases seem to be constantly delayed, we now just have to wait a little bit longer for it. And if you remember, during Treyarch's Double XP event last week, since during the whole of that event, Zombies XP was bugged in solo and in high round modes, Treyarch promised to make it up to us by adding another unplanned Double XP event into the game. It seems like this is what they had planned, where Double XP and Double Weapon XP will be added to Cold War from December 12th until December the 16th. So if Treyarch Treyarch wasn't straight up lying, and this wasn't planned before the recent issues with zombies, and they had to kind of make it up to the community here by giving us this event. Well, the multiplayer people can kind of thank the zombies mode here for a little bit extra time of double XP, double weapon XP. They're also giving us access to 2 free bundles that you can claim between December 8th and 15th, so that's pretty cool of them, I guess. But man, I just can't help thinking, I hope Treyarch doesn't let us down with this new content, man. I hope it's really, really good, and it's not just one of those you play it once and then never again type of game modes that we've seen from them in the past. But next up, very recently, players are noticing that new item drops, new items are being added or seemingly somehow spawned into the map of Maschine that we have never seen before in this game. And the kinds of items that are spawning in are specifically certain attachments of different rarity. As you can see here, this Reddit user got a sight as part of the reward for completing the Coffin Dance Easter egg, but we get a really good view about the variety and rarity of attachments that seem to be dropping now in Cold War Zombies. From this clip Derek sent me over on Twitter that shows for some reason while he was pack-a-punching, a whole bunch of attachment item drops spawned right next to him that he could pick up. Now this seems in the picture and information oddly similar to a system we've seen in Black Ops 4, not in the zombies mode, but in Blackout, where there was drops of specific attachments you could pick up and equip to your weapon. It's interesting to note here in Cold War Zombies that it does give you 2 options when picking up these attachments off the ground, where you can either equip them or just pick them up, I guess, to put in your inventory. Now this raises a whole bunch of questions here, the first of which, is this going to be a new feature that is coming to zombies very soon, or is this just some odd leftover bug that only recently, like within the last 2 days, started randomly happening in zombies? One of the biggest issues that I've seen over and over again of people's criticisms of Cold War Zombies is that what's the point of ranking up your weapons in zombies if you can only use your own attachments for one weapon that's your starting loadout weapon per game? If you get rid of that, it's gone. You can't use any of your own attachments for the whole rest of the game. This might be the first sign that Treyarch plans on instituting some kind of attachment drops or some kind of in-game specific weapon customization that doesn't exist in the game right now that might allow you to select and drop different attachments for your weapon so you can customize them based on what you have unlocked for that weapon level, rather than constantly keep re-rolling for new attachments. Probably won't end up being the best mix for the weapon you're using and what you want to use it for. But next up, in another one of those pro-zombie strats that you can use to impress your friends, or even will help you a lot when trying to get back up on your feet when going down here in zombies, the Bunchka Games posted up this clip to the COD Zombies Reddit that shows a sick tactic for getting the effects of Wonder Fizz without actually having to go up to the roof of Nocturne Toad and interacting with the machine. Instead, by hitting a specific jump and then hitting that activation prompt to get into the Wonder Fizz menu, you can just grab all of the perks you need from the second floor of Noct, letting you get back on your feet a whole lot more quickly than you're ever able to before. But that wraps up the news today, guys. If you did enjoy today's video, hey, why not consider leaving a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe if you're not already. There is still a lot of new Easter eggs to find here on Maschine, where yesterday we outlined the best leads that we have for the 3 unfound Easter eggs here on the map. If you want to see what they are so you can keep an eye out in your own games to try to find these unsolved Easter eggs, be sure to check out that video on screen now, because I want to thank you again for watching, and I'll see you with another Zombies news video tomorrow. Peace.